not enough is getting out about these bills and about these. I just heard yesterday about something called HR 2666, which is an interesting number for a bill.
Uh-huh.
But that was some more of the ADL anti-hate legislation that's being passed, and people they really need to go to the Congress website. They need to go to the House of Representatives website. They need to go to their local Senate, and they need to find out about these bills. And I know that it's a lot to ask people, because if it's not served up on a platter for them by the corporate media, they're really not prepared to swallow it.
Right.
And they're certainly not going to actively seek it out. And that's the problem, is that we don't have an active, engaged citizenry. We've got people that know all about how to drive fast and be cool and all the latest baseball stats and all the latest football stats.
Latest tech gizmos.
Yeah, the latest high-tech gizmo. But people don't even realize the freedoms that they're losing on a daily basis.
Right.
And they'll joke about it as though, well, we don't even have that many freedoms in America to begin with. Well, yeah, because in the past 60 years, it's all been legislated away.
Yeah, and as long as people are able to drive down the road and buy a hamburger, everything's hunky-dory. Meanwhile, we have more and more police officers undercover driving around in undercover cars, but they're not busting terrorists. They're busting the average Joe Schmo on the street for having an expired tag, or for other little petty things.
Oh, sure.
Driving around without their seatbelt on,
And this all comes back to the ADL once again.
Yeah, consensual crimes,
We can't profile people because that could be considered a hate crime.
Right.
So we've got to just do it random and chaotic.
Yeah. Well, this Utah raid, there were police officers decked out like military, and I guess there were military involved. They said it was a joint effort. What's so wrong with the militarization of our police force?
Well, the thing is that the military is trained to kill. Okay? And you kind of have to brainwash a person to get them to, shoot, little old ladies and children and bomb schools and target, hospitals and stuff. And in a small way, that's what you want,
Right, you want people who will take the orders to fire on anything that they're told to fire on.
Exactly.
And will pull the trigger without questioning the order, without any kind of conscience. It's a core first. It's unit, core, God, country. Right? Which one's last in that list there?
In all honesty, you do have 12-year-old children carrying guns and bombs and blowing themselves up. You do have women that will go out and put themselves in harm's way to defend their country. And if we, it's really hard to talk about it because this war is not like any kind of war that has ever made any sense. We don't have a definite enemy, and without a definite enemy, how can you tell people to go and shoot somebody, that's defending their own homeland? We're the insurgents. We're the ones that are attacking them. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is you can't militarize your police. Your police are here to protect and serve the civilians.
And they've started taking protect and serve off of the side of the cop cars.
Oh, yeah, exactly. exactly like you were saying. They're driving around in these unmarked cars, and I mean, the only thing I've seen on the sides of these cars nowadays is maybe 911, and some stripes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
But really, if you boil all of this down, what took place at the Utah outdoor concert is all about just a psychological scare tactic. Because the only people that are going to benefit from this is the state, all right? And they're going to benefit by passing new legislation. And they're also going to benefit because even if the people that do sue the state and win, okay, ultimately, all the money that's going to be paid to them is coming from the taxpayers who fatten the coffers for the state. They're cutting off their nose to spite their face.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's really a win-win situation for the state. I mean, they don't have anything to lose. And if people would just remember the Declaration of Independence, just two simple sentences from it. The powers of the people are granted by God, and the powers of the government are granted by the people. Not the other way around.